First question will be from Joe Bettner with the Norman transcript, and then we'll go to Eric Bailey. Joe?
Hey Trey, curious with just kind of the way you guys have been able to, play defense so well these past few weeks. Lincoln talked about how much this game is another, opportunity for you guys to get better. I'm curious from your own perspective, what is it that you guys as a defense are really focused on, just as far as getting yourselves ready for the postseason?
It's something that we've been focused on from day one, which is playing to our standard and playing executing our bottom line. So that's playing together, straight into the ball and out physicaling our opponents, and then the biggest is takeaways equal victory. So we just make sure we emphasize that each and every week. Out there on the field, get our calls, get lined up, trust our technique and trust the calls, and let it loose, like I said, and play to that bottom line.
Thanks, Trey.
Okay, Eric, and then Ryan Aber.
Hey, Trey, last season when you were going through rehab, could you sense the frustration from the defense for that lack of takeaways? And now, how much has things changed this season with the amount of takeaways you guys are able to get?
It was something that last year we definitely wanted, as a unit to come out with more. And I think, learning from last year to this year, I think that helped us. It's helping us this year because we've put huge emphasis on getting the ball out. When ball carriers are carrying it, the second guy that comes in, get a strip at the ball, and then when the ball's in the air, the ball, the ball's not designed to go to anybody, so we make sure we attack the ball just as much as the receiver does, and just take advantage of each and every opportunity. So when the ball is in the air or we do get those chances, we have to make sure we come up with those, those bad decisions by the offense.
Thank you, Trey.
Okay, Ryan Aber and then Bob Brisbillo.
Yeah, Trey, sort of sticking with that, what's the difference this year as far as completing those takeaways versus last year when there were a lot that were just close and not a lot of them went y'all's way? Is it the pressure from the defensive line creating more, or something else going on that's letting y'all finish those?
Like I said, as a unit, just starting with the mindset and the mentality. So we made a huge emphasis on getting those takeaways this year, and I can tell this on the payoff. And like you just mentioned, the D line. For a DB, playing in the secondary, you have to love playing with the D line like we have. Getting pressure on the quarterback, which results in him, to be off on his throws, to make bad decisions, and then that falls on us in the back end to take advantage of those opportunities and make them pay for it. So I just think as a collective group, like I said, the mentality, and then as you mentioned, just on the back end, just having the D line getting the pressure on the quarterback each and every snap.
Appreciate it, Trey.
Okay, Bob, and then John Hoover.
Yeah, Trey, Jeremiah Cradell had played some meaningful snaps before, but nothing quite like Saturday. Did you have to say anything to him, and how do you feel he handled that situation?
I think he handled it extremely well, and he performed extremely well. He had a great week of preparation, and it showed Saturday. So, honestly, I didn't have to say much. My biggest thing is kind of being the older guy, being a big brother type guy. Just kind of letting him know, like, hey, just relax, go out here, play your game, and have fun. At the end of the day, you know what you need to do. Just trust your technique, trust the rules, and let it rip. And he definitely did that. I'm proud of him, and I'm happy. That he got the opportunity Saturday, and then he capitalized on it.
Let's go to John, and then Barry Trammell.
Hey Trey, trying to write about Alex and how the defense has kind of changed and evolved since he's been there. Wonder if you could describe maybe some examples, practices, meetings, or actual games, how things have changed for you guys in the last 2 years on defense.
My biggest thing, what I tell everybody, what I tell you is it's his mindset and the mentality of how we approach everything. Our defense, as he calls it, is effort based. And like I said, with the mentality and mindset is we're gonna make teams play to us. So we're gonna go out there. We're gonna, we're gonna play our calls, play our technique, and like I said, we're gonna play to that bottom line. And that's the biggest thing. I feel like over the past, last year leading into this year, I just can tell guys have grown into actually dialing in and buying into, playing to that bottom line, straight to the ball, playing together. Being physical. And then, like I said, the emphasis on takeaways. And I just feel like throughout the years, I feel like that mentality is going to continue to grow. And I feel like that's just the main thing that he's changed here. And it's just a whole culture change that he's brought with the mentality and the mindset of to how we approach each and every day, each and every snap. From play one to the last play of the game.
Guys also talk about a simpler game plan and better communication. Is that part of it too?
It is, and like I said, that ties in to allow guys to buy in more to the bottom line. You know what I mean? We'll have our few calls, and like he says, we'll have the same defense that we have in camp. We'll have the same defense at the end of the season. You know what I mean? When it comes time to postseason, and I think that just helps guys out a lot because you can continue to perfect, you know what I mean, and get better at your technique in each of those calls, knowing that the calls are not going to change, and that allows you to play faster. To play hard, play physical, and make those plays when opportunities come to you.
Thanks, Trey.
Okay, Barry, and then James Hale.
Yeah, Trey, you guys were playing pretty good defense the first 5 games. But then Ronnie came back and you've been playing even better. What exactly has he brought to you guys defensively?
He's one of those type guys that you can't even explain it. His presence just on the field, you know what I mean? I feel like it's for the opposing teams, the first thought is an intimidating factor. And then, on top of that, how great of a player he is. He just brings that mindset, you know what I mean, that dog, that grit mentality, and especially across the D-line. Like I said, our D-line has been playing outstanding. And, that just trickled down, to the backers and then to us on the back end. So just having a guy like that, being a leader on the defensive line, on the defense, and on the team as a whole, it's great to have a guy back like that because he's so impactful in every aspect of the game. And like I said, it shows on Saturdays.
Thanks, Trey.
Okay, a couple more, Trey. We'll go to James Hale and then Keegan Renault.
Hey, Trey, you had a great interception last week, and you were a great offensive player in high school, so you're not going to drop them if they throw to you. But earlier, this year, you guys didn't really catch a lot of them. You had chances. You guys have improved in that area all of a sudden. Of course, maybe sometimes it comes down to if they throw it to you or, some guy with better hands. But you guys must have worked on this a little bit, not necessarily you, but as a group, you guys are catching them now.
And I think that goes back to the emphasis that we put on takeaways because, as a defensive player, throughout a whole game, you're not going to get that many opportunities to get those takeaways, especially as a DB. When it comes to interceptions, you might get 1 or 2 opportunities, throughout a whole game. So we're just making sure we've been emphasizing like, hey, we have to take advantage, of those opportunities if we want to continue to climb and continue to, on that path to being an elite defense. We have to take advantage of those opportunities. But like I said, whether that's in the run game, getting strips, or like I said, emphasis on the back end, of course, when the ball's in the air, we go get it like we're the receiver. And I just feel like, we've been doing a better job of that. And we have to continue to improve. Never can get complacent, never can get satisfied. So we continue to improve each and every day.
Thanks, Trey.
And Keegan?
Yeah, Trey, you guys are going up against running back and Letty Brown. That's kind of a thumper this week. Got, already the Iowa State game is scheduled. And that last Iowa State game, kind of the tackling was a big issue. Just how important, I guess, is it for you guys this week to kind of put a good tape of that you guys, can prove that, you can tackle this week ahead of, facing Breece Hall again against Iowa State?
Just for us as a defense, it's nothing new. Like I said, just going out there, getting lined up, making our calls, trusting our technique and letting it rip, like I said, and the tackling, that's all the mindset, that's all the mentality. So just every guy on defense buying into it, like I said, and that just goes back to playing to the bottom line, and I'll emphasize, the out physical our opponent point, have to be physical on all the tackles, make sure we get a strong wrap, and like I said, that's just the main thing, just straight into the ball, flying around, and making sure we're being physical on each and every tackle.